Hey y'all, good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon. I don't even know what time it is where you are or when you will see this, but I greet you from All Photos Considered, and me, Jewel Murphy. We are here once again to just chit and chat. We're gonna chit and chat as we always do about those things that are our hurts, hang-ups, and or our habits. I am so excited about this time because we are getting ready to walk into the month of February. And you all know what February is. February is the time that the world, the United States, celebrates what they call Black History. What we call Black History. What they call Black History. So what I want to propose to us today, I have a question. And the question is Black history everybody's history? You want to answer that question? I want you to. And I want you to answer it below. You can answer it right now just by me asking the question, or you can answer it after I chit and chat about my thoughts. Is Black history everybody's history? Well, if you think about Black history, and you think about whether or not it's Black history just for Black people, is that your hurt? If you think about Black history, whether or not it's for Black people only, is that your hang up? If you think about Black history and you think that it's just for Black people, is that your habit? Well, it could be a hurt because we don't work to find out the history of ourselves, nor do other people work to find out the history of us. Or it could be a hang up because we think that Black history is just for a select group of people. Or it could be a habit because we don't want to fight the xenophobic views of people. Did you say what is xenophobic? Well, xenophobic is the hatred, the fear and hatred of anything strange and or foreign. Xenophobic is learning any history that allows us to learn from a different place, similarities and or types of people. Xenophobic means that we don't want to do that. And so when we think about Black history, when we think about our history, when we think about what happens on a daily basis, do you eat potato chips? Well, if you eat potato chips, I have to let you know that George Crumb was working as a chef in a resort in New York. And when the customer became upset about the way the French fries were, when he brought the French fries to the table, the restaurant person or the person that he was serving didn't like the French fry. And so when he saw the French fries, he sent them back. George Crumb was annoyed by the way the customer responded. George Crumb then takes the French fries, fries them until they're burnt to a crisp, and threw a generous amount of salt on top of those French fries, thus making the potato chips. Black history, our history. Some people wouldn't know that. So another thing that you may not know, Miss Sarah Good, she was the first Black woman to receive a patent after she opened a furniture store and she created what was to become more space in her place of business. It's called the cabinet bed, the folding cabinet bed. That's what Sarah Good did. So if you've ever had a bed where you folded in, now what you call the day beds possibly, or whatever you call them, Miss Sarah Good, a female Black woman, created that. She created it because she wanted more space in her store. The folding cabinet bed created by Sarah Good in 1885. These are little known Black history facts about people that we don't normally talk about. Of course, you got the gas mask. You guys know that Garrett Morgan did that. You know about the blood bank. Blood bank was done by Mr. Charles Drew. We know that. There are some things that we just know, but there are some things that we don't know. The improvement of the ironing board. Some of y'all iron every day. That is not my story. Ironing for me is a thing of the past. But the ironing board was improved in the 19th century by Miss Sarah Boone. Miss Sarah Boone made the curves around the ironing board narrower so that it could be more effective, that it would be better designed, and it morphed into what we call the modern day ironing board. Black history, everybody's history. Everybody uses an ironing board. The refrigerator trucks. Refrigerator truck, Frederick McKinley Jones. He created the roof-mounted cooling system to use in refrigerators. Black history, everybody's history. Why? Everybody uses a refrigerator. Everybody has something to put in the refrigerator on a daily basis. Black history, everybody's history. Then you think about the super soaker. Everybody knows about the super soaker because everybody in the summertime wants to be cooled off. The super soaker, yep. Without Lonnie Johnson's invention, we would not have the super soaker, and the children and some of the dads, because my son plays with the super soaker with his children, we would not have the super soaker. So you can thank Lonnie Johnson for that. You can think about the clothes dryer. That was created by Mr. George Sampson. George Sampson, clothes dryer. He created the clothes dryer back in 1892. You all have to dry your clothes. Everybody does. Black history, everybody's history. The dustpan. Thank Jesus for the dustpan. Thanks to Lloyd Ray, we can sweep things from under the rug. Hint, hint, literally and figuratively. The dustpan was created by Mr. Lloyd Ray. The folding chair. You know when you go to the picnics and you have a great picnic and you have people coming over for the picnic, you have the folding chairs. Funerals, folding chairs. Graduations, folding chairs. That was also created by Mr. John Purdy. He created the folding chair, which is used all the time for everything, every situation. Black history, everybody's history. The ice cream scooper. If y'all like ice cream like I do and my grand princess Imani, Alfred Crail invented the ice cream scooper, allowing kids and grown-ups to get large scoops of ice cream. Black history, everybody's history. The lawnmower, John Albert Burr, fully made over the lawnmower, bringing a better traction, rotary blades, and allowed cutting closer to the building. Anybody who has grass appreciates Mr. John Burr. Lawn sprinkler, hand in hand with the lawnmower. The invention by Joseph A. Smith. It helped dads everywhere, dads and moms everywhere, to keep their grass greener. Y'all remember my very first introduction to these segments. I was sitting in my grass. I love my grass. It's so green, but it's because I have a water sprinkler, a lawn sprinkler. Modern day toilet. Y'all might not want to know about this, but Mr. Thomas Elkins is noted for creating the porcelain throne. Without him, it wouldn't be what it is. Unbreakable normally, but he created the porcelain throne. Black history, everybody's history. The mop, go hand in hand. All of this is household stuff. Mr. Thomas Stewart created the mop, which helps us to break through labor with back-breaking labor. I like mopping. My brother and my sister-in-law bought me a Swiffer this past Christmas, and my grandkids really, really, really love it. And so these are items that we may not normally think of. Black history inventions is everybody's history. This is not necessarily a thing that was purchased, but the drag queen. Y'all know about drag queens. Y'all might not want to talk about that, but the first person is highly regarded as being the first drag queen in the United States is Mr. William Dorsey Swan. And he was noted as being the first drag queen. So when we think about whether or not Black history being everybody's history, it absolutely is. If you use anything, airplane propelling, you see the airplanes when they're propelling. Black history, our history. The biscuit cutter, Black history, our history. The rotary engine, Black history, our history. The corn planter, Black history, our history. When we think about paints and things that help beautify our homes, it's Black history, our history. When we think about just living everyday life, let's not get confused. Let's not think that it's Black History Month is just for Black people. Lotions and soaps, Black history, our history. When you think about window cleaner, Black history, everybody's history. Fire extinguisher, Black history, everybody's history. When there's a fire that breaks out, you don't just say, oh, Black History Month. Mr. Tom Marshall created the fire extinguisher and it's not beneficial to any other people. Black history, everybody's history. Sugar refinement, Black history, everybody's history. So as we continue to talk about the hurts, habits, and hangups that we have, let's not get hung up on Black history just being for the month of February. Let's not get hung up on the things that we know that we're comfortable about talking about. We talk about Martin Luther King. We talk about Rosa Parks. We talk about Nelson Mandela. We talk about so many people, but let's give credit where credit is due. The curling iron, the thermal hair curlers, Black history, everybody's history. The wrench, when you have to make some repairs, Black history, everybody's history. When we think about the 2-cycle gas engine, again, Black history, everybody's history. Electric lamp, Black history, everybody's history. Everybody uses these things that we're talking about today. I want us to be reminded of, I want us to be knowledgeable about what Black history is. Black history is not to be celebrated just in the month of February. We should be celebrating every day, all day, Black history, because we are inventors. We've created inventions. The roller coaster, Black history. People like to go to Busch Gardens. People like to go to Six Flags, Black history, everybody's history. The pacemaker saves lives, Black history, everybody's history. Did you all know that behind every situation that history has been made in, there's an invention, and the digital cell phone was created. The digital cell phone, now don't misunderstand what I'm saying. There's a difference between the cell phone, because when I was a little girl, my daddy had a cell phone in a bag and we had to put it in and out of the car to work it. But the digital cell phone, Black history, our history. And that invention was created after certain people played around with it, and then came up with the digital cell phone, Black history, our history. Now, I've said a lot, and I've given you guys a lot of information. However, this is not just for today. Charles Russell was the creator of the digital cell phone. The names that I'm saying, look them up. Spend time with your children. Spend time with your grandchildren. Teach them. Each one teach one. Each one reach one. This month, the month of February, and I know you guys will see this the last part of January, but the month of February, all photos considered, and me, Jewel Wilson Murphy, will be focusing on everybody's history. What history is that? Black history. Don't forget, mention me, Jewel Wilson Murphy. Receive a whopping 10% off your media need. All Photos Considered is here to serve you and whatever your media need is. I am so grateful that you're here. Y'all know what I need. I need you to like, subscribe, share it, and please comment. Is Black history everybody's history? Have a great week.